Sister of the Moon. Those are just a few of her nicknames. If you don't know who I'm talking about yet, it's Stevie Nicks. A member of Fleetwood Mac, as well as a solo artist, Stevie Nicks has gone on to become one of the best-selling singers of all time. She was given the title Reigning Queen of Rock and Roll by Rolling Stones. She has paved the way for a lot of other artists that we have listening to today. She has also developed a lot of the genres that we have today. She started her career in the 60s and joined Fleetwood Mac in the 70s. Her addition to the band helped to propel them to become one of the most successful bands of all time. Their album, Rumors, released in 1977, is the 5th best-selling album of all time. It is also one of the most critically acclaimed. Its production, lyrics, and sound was unlike a lot of the other music released at the time. However, she helped to develop a lot of their songs and their singles. Her song Dreams gave Fleetwood Mac their first and only #1 single, but that is not the only song that can be contributed to her. Other hits from Fleetwood Mac penned by Stevie Nicks include Rhiannon, Gypsy, Landslide, and Sarah, just to name a few. But her success does not stop there. Stevie Nicks ventured out onto her own while still being a part of Fleetwood Mac, and in 1981 released her first solo album, Belladonna, which reached #1 on the Billboard 200 and went on to sell over 4 million copies in the United States alone. Off the album comes Stevie Nicks' most iconic and memorable song, Edge of 17. However, much like her success with Fleetwood Mac, that is not her only hit. Others include Stand Back, If Anyone Falls, Talk to Me, and I Can't Wait. Combined between Fleetwood Mac and her solo career, Stevie Nicks has released 8 solo albums as well as 7 with Fleetwood Mac. Total, she has sold over 140 million albums worldwide, making her one of the most successful singers of all time. She has had over 40 top 50 hits on the US charts alone. She has helped to pave the way for many other artists that we have today. Artists such as Kesha and Madonna have stated Stevie Nicks as an inspiration and influence for them to start their music. She has also helped to create a lot of the genres that we have on the radio today. While being with Fleetwood Mac, their album Tusk, released in 1979, was one of the first albums to incorporate experimental and alternative elements into rock and roll, helping to form the genre of music that we have today known as alternative rock and roll. As a solo artist, Stevie Nicks helped to create pop and rock music blended together. Her 1980s albums, Rock a Little and The Other Side of the Mirror, hold true to this, both of them incorporating elements of pop music with rock music. Stevie Nicks has had a career spanning over 50 years. However, she's still rocking today. In 2014, she released her 8th studio album, which went into the top 10 on the US charts. She had a small role in American Horror Story Coven in 2013, and she went on a successful year-long tour with Fleetwood Mac. Even today's generation is listening to her music and falling in love with it. My mom listened to her when she was in high school, and Fleetwood Mac was her favorite band. That's how I got hooked on the Fleetwood Mac and Stevie Nicks, and Stevie Nicks instantly became my favorite singer. Her unique voice and her unique writing style is what captures people's attention. As I stated earlier, Rolling Stones has named her the reigning queen of rock and roll, and she lives up to that title. She has helped to pave the way for a lot of artists that we have today. She has helped to create a lot of the genres that we have today. And she is still rocking and making connections with the people of today. She really does live up to the title of the reigning queen of rock and roll. She will continue to rock on and will continue to be remembered. She has been nominated for numerous Grammys and inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Stevie Nicks should be commemorated for everything that she has contributed to music and will continue to contribute to it. Thank you.